They didn't know when they wrote it that really it's about English majors.
I married an English major. I love him more than anything. And he's been unemployed since he was fired by Burger King. But he looks into my eyes, and he knows how I feel when he says, "Don't worry, baby. Don't worry, baby. Everything will turn out all right. Don't worry, baby. Don't worry, baby." I just found out that I'm pregnant, and I haven't told my guy. I came home, he'd made dinner, a salad and a stir fry. He hadn't balanced the checkbook. I didn't dare take a look, and he said, "Don't worry, baby. Don't worry, baby. Everything will turn out all right. Don't worry, baby. Don't worry, baby." I came home, and he's sitting at the kitchen table, writing in longhand on legal pads. About 50 so far. And finally I had to ask him, "Baby, what are you doing?" He told me, "Baby, I love you, and I've been writing an adult romance. It's bound to be a bestseller. I think it stands a real good chance." I read his book today, and it was okay, I would say. Don't worry, baby. Don't worry, baby. I mean, it's kind of long. It's a little dark. I don't know, honey. I'm not so sure.
And the safety. This first half hour brought to you by Powder Milk Biscuits in the Big Blue Box. Heavens, they're tasty and expeditious, made from whole wheat, raised by Norwegian bachelor farmers, so you know they're not only good for you, they're also pure mostly. Powder Milk Biscuits. Heavens, they're tasty and expeditious. Tried 'em, Powder Mill? Has your family tried 'em, Powder Mill? Well, if your family's tried 'em, you know you're satisfied 'em. They're the real hot item, pal. Mr. Richard Crane. song is a hoedown. Richard Cream. Thanks, Kitty. Such a pleasure to welcome these musicians here to our show. They're playing just across the parking lot, down at the Sheldon Theater. Great, great hall for music, and they're going to do their show tonight. It's not often we get to see who else is in town. When we are, we get to meet our fellow fireman here, Mr. Tony Tesser, sitting at the piano. Welcome, young man.
Great to be here.
Mr. Bucky Pizzarelli here, playing this very interesting guitar.
Thank you.
Bucky Pizzarelli, who started out in the Vaughn Monroe Orchestra, and if you don't remember Vaughn Monroe, then you are younger than I am. That's all that means. Did you have this 7-string guitar when you played with Vaughn Monroe?
Oh, no, I only had 6, so I couldn't afford the 7th string.
This must be interesting to tune, no?
Oh, you spend half a lifetime trying to tune it.
And so that would be how long, Mr. Bucky?
For me, I'm 85, so half of that, 85.
85. All right. Same age as Chuck Berry. Well, you wear well, and it's always good to team up with somebody who's a little bit younger.
Oh, you bet. Tony's my buddy.
And a singer. Tony Tesser, what a great voice you have. It's too bad there aren't more shows like this. You'd be one of the great radio crooners of all time. So here's your chance.
All right.
What you gonna do?
This is a song by the very well-known contributor to the Great American Songbook, Prince.
Yeah. Yeah.
Solar powered electric drill.
2, 1, 2,
Well,
3,
radio.
4. You don't have to be beautiful to turn me on. I just need your body, baby, from dusk till dawn. You don't have to have experience to turn me out. You just leave it all up to me. I'm gonna show you what it's all about. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign I'm more compatible with. I just want your extra time and your kiss. You got to not talk dirty, baby, if you want to impress me. You can't be too flirty, mama. I know how to undress me. I wanna be your fantasy. Maybe you could be mine. You just leave it all up to me. We can have a real good time. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign I'm more compatible with. I just want your extra time and your kiss. Said they rule my world. Act your age, switch your sides and rule my world. Got to not watch MTV to have an attitude. You just leave it all up to me. My love can't be your food. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign I'm more compatible with. I just want your extra time and your extra time and your extra time and your kiss. Thank you. Thank you. This next song I wrote a few years ago, it's called How I Will Say I Love You. Sing the blues, I'll listen intently. Call my name, I'll be at your door. Cry out loud, I'll hold you till it's over. And that's how I will say I love you. Fall asleep, I'll wake up beside you. Feel my heart beating next to yours. Lose your way, I promise I will find you. And that's how I will say I love you. What would I do to show my love to you? Leave my whole world for 1 minute with you. Break the rules, I'll bend them around you. Play the fool, I would never know. Break my heart, I'd still be glad I'd found you. And that's how I will say I love you. Them around you, play the fool, I would never know. Break my heart, I'd still be glad I'd found you. And that's how I will say I know I'll stay. And that's how I will say I love you.
Mr. Tony Desser.
Yes, indeed.
You sing a lot better than you really should. You know that. But anyway, that's beside the point. You grew up in upstate New York, up Glens Falls.
I did, yeah.
New York. Your parents, instead of giving you albums of 80s pop anthems, they gave you old records.
Well, actually, I grew up, my dad loved the Beatles and the Eagles and James Taylor, and that's what I grew up with. When I was about 14 years old, I was getting into piano playing, Scott Joplin, and George Gershwin. And I just fell in love and discovered the American Songbook at that point. So then I was out on my own as a 15, 16-year-old kid buying Frank Sinatra. You know, when my parents, they love it now, but at the time they never listened to it.
But you didn't get deeply into hair bands and,
No.
and metal.
No, I was, you know, in high school when everyone was listening to, you know, Pearl Jam and Nirvana, I was out buying Frank Sinatra. So it didn't make me the coolest kid in high school, but...
Were you aware of Bucky back then? I mean, he played with Frank Sinatra, he played with Tony Bennett.
Oh yeah, well when I discovered this music, I was, you know, I tried to study as many people as I could, and I first became aware of John, Bucky's son, and I actually saw John open for Frank Sinatra in Saratoga Springs. And, you know, and when I moved to New York, you know, I would think of guys like Mr. Pizzarelli here and think, how am I ever going to, you know, meet these guys or play in these clubs? And it's been dream come true after dream come true, I gotta say.
He always wanted a son who played the piano, didn't you?
Yeah. In fact, he played the trumpet. He played the trumpet first, and I went to college, and then he heard the other guitar players. He says, I can do that too. So he ended up playing the guitar.
All right, all right. I want to mention that Steve Doyle's back here on the bass, playing gorgeous bass. All right, I know you've got to go and get nervous for your show tonight, so do us another tune, won't you?
Sure. Yeah, this is going to feature Bucky Pizzarelli a bit. It's called Gee Baby, Ain't I Good to You?
Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? There's nothing too good for a girl that's so true. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? I bought you a fur coat for Christmas and a diamond ring, a Cadillac car, and everything. Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? sparkle for Christmas, a diamond ring, a Cadillac car, and everything. Oh, love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Oh, gee, baby, ain't I good to you?
Tony DeSare, Bucky Pizzarelli playing his 7-string guitar. Mr. Steve Doyle back here on the bass, playing tonight at the Sheldon Auditorium just down the street here in St. Louis, Missouri. Thanks. Thanks for coming by.
The Lives of the Cowboys, brought to you by Truthmaster Steel-Toed Socks. Truthmaster, for a happier horse.
Well, a big McDonald's up ahead. Real big. Let's stop for a Big Mac. What do you say?
That's a different arch up there. Dusty, we're in St. Louis here.
All right.
Silver arch there.
That thing. Yeah. That's
Gateway to the west. Or the east, depending on which way you're heading, I guess.
Well, heading west, I believe. You know, out where we belong, partner. Yep. Out where people don't look down on you if you don't bathe every single day. Yeah. Out where people don't spend a lot of time fussing with their hair and all.
Yeah, well, you certainly don't. I can see that. Well, let's bed down the herd here along the river. Yeah. We can cross over to St. Louis in the morning.
Right. Sounds good.
We'll put up in that old hotel I see up yonder there, the Bright Morning Star Boarding House and Saloon.
Well, let's go.
Yep.
Get
it. Come on, get up.
Oh.
Hey.
What?
There's somebody standing right up there on the porch. Whoa. Howdy, ma'am.
Well, hello, gentlemen. Come on in.
Thank you.
You got room for two for the night?
Oh, you bet I do. You both care for a drink?
Well, he does. I know that.
Well, come on in then.
All right, thank you. That's kind of you, ma'am.
Yep.
Right this way?
Yep, there's the door.
Say, how old is this place?
Well, my great-great-great-grandma opened this place in 1806.
1806, is that right?
Yep, her name was Bright Morning Star, and so is mine.
Boy, it feels like we're walking into a museum.
Yep, I never changed a thing. Well, how about that drink, huh?
Whiskey. Neat. Run cut if you have it.
All righty, and how about you, sir?
Prune juice for me.
All righty.
Hey, piano player. You with your hands on the piano?
The piano player is deaf.
He's
The
deaf.
only way to get his attention is to sick the dog on him.
right.
Bruno, go get Artie. Go get him, Bruno. Come on, go get him.
Hey, what's going on? Get out, get off me.
All right, now you just write your request on his blackboard there.
Okay.
Yeah.
No more Camptown races.
Oh, all right.
Play Summertime.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, you can do that, Artie. That's good.
Not that Summertime. Play the Gershwin Summertime.
All right.
There you go.
Less tremolo.
Oh, you're picky.
1806, huh?
Yep.
Well, that's a long time to be in one location.
Well, I'm part Native American, and, we've been around for a while.
Yeah.
So, my great-great-great-grandma, well, she was Sacagawea.
Sacagawea?
Yep.
You mean as in Lewis and Clark? That's Sacagawea?
Well, more Clark than Lewis, but yep. I tell you, those two wouldn't have made it to the coast without her, and they knew it. Oh, gosh, they offered her a whole bunch of beads and mirrors and junk in payment, but, she asked for land instead. So they deeded her all this land on this side of the river. Yep, she left me a whole box full of William Clark's journals. That's pretty interesting reading, I guess.
Well, do historians know about these?
Oh, historians don't come over to East St. Louis, mister. No, they stay over on that side of the river. You know, it's safer over there.
Well, let me see that journal you're holding right there.
Sure.
You mind if I read that?
Oh, be my guest.
We got a racing going on here.
That's right. Yep.
Captain William Clark, November 1805, dear diary. Reached the Pacific and sat and waited for a ship to pass so we could get a ride home and not have to make that whole miserable journey all over again. But there was no such luck. Found a note from Captain Lewis in my bedroll that said, Clark and Sacagawea sitting in a tree, Kissing. He is so immature. Sacagawea is my closest friend, poor woman, bought as a slave by that French trapper, Charbonneau. What an idiot he is. You ever read this?
Well, no, it's just a lot of complaining and everything.
6 December 1805, dear diary. I am suspicious that Lewis is reading my journal and has read the entries of September and October when I write about my feelings for Sacagawea. Well, I don't care. I don't care. Read that, you big dummy. And while you're at it, let me tell you that if it weren't for me, William Clark, this expedition would have failed months ago thanks to your bull-headed ignorance, in addition to which you smell bad. Did you know that? You really need to use a cologne. Sacagawea says so too.
Yeah, well, people say I'm descended from him, but I don't know about that. Yeah.
I mean, you're descended from Captain Clark and Sacagawea?
Uh-huh.
You mean that the two of them?
Well, now he writes about it in the spring of, May, I think
May,
it is.
okay,
Yep,
let me
look
look
for
here.
May.
January, February, March, April. Here, May.
That's May, there you go.
She is the sun in my sky. She is the blossom on the tree. I went on an expedition of discovery, and what did I find? I discovered my own heart. Oh, my love, you and I will make our home on the bank of the Mississippi, and we will make a family. I can never forget that night when the,
Yeah?
and the whoa, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Boy.
Oh, yep.
Goes into a lot of detail there.
Yeah, sure does.
They knew each other very well.
That they did.
Wow, the undiscovered journal from the Lewis and Clark expedition. You have any idea what this is worth?
Oh, come on now. Nobody wants this old pile of junk.
Wait. I'll take that.
No,
Thank you
no,
very
you
much.
will not.
Well, no, wait, sure. Now,
No.
you boys take it.
Well,
Doesn't
there you
matter to
go.
me.
Thank
And
you.
if you
Nope.
sell it, well, just give me half is
No,
all.
sir.
Huh?
Well, that's a deal for me.
No, Dusty, this belongs to her.
Well, she gave it to us. What are you
Well,
talking
we're
about?
not going to take advantage of a woman.
Well, I just went
Enough with the Camptown races.
All right, go get him, Bruno. Go get him, buddy. Go get him.
Hey.
Hey, give him another half.
What?
I don't think they're due right.
Duke
Oh.
Ellington, East St. Louis, Toodaloo.
Oh, okay.
There you go, Marty.
Hey, could I have a word with you, partner?
Excuse us, ma'am.
Oh, sure. I'll just go get that whiskey in the brew.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, what is it?
You say this here journal is worth a lot of money, and she wants to give it to us. What exactly is the moral dilemma here?
Would you mind not sticking your face right up close to my face?
Huh?
Thank you.
How's this?
That's better.
Since when is it wrong to accept a gift,
I
partner?
just don't feel right accepting large gifts from people who are worse off than I am. It just
No.
makes me wonder if they are non-compos mentis, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't, but...
Well, here we go. Here's your rot gut whiskey.
Thank you, ma'am.
And
All right.
I got a prune juice on
You know,
ice
you
for
really
you.
ought to
What?
call the Historical Society, ma'am, and have somebody look at this.
Oh, sure. Then there'll be one to go through all my stuff and open up the place to tourists who will come in and use my bathroom and make a mess of things and ask a million questions. It'll be a freak show. And there'll be television and people want me to tell my story over and over. And you know what? It'll drive me nuts, and frankly, I'm not interested. I like my life as it is, you know, quiet.
Yeah, but there's a story here, the true story of the Lewis and Clark expedition and his love of Sacagawea and the rivalry with Meriwether Lewis. And
True.
the fact that they invented the game of baseball when they were crossing North Dakota.
Yeah, that's right.
And the fact that Edgar Allan Poe was with them on the expedition, and he wrote Annabel Lee, and he died in an attack by a large black bird out there in Montana, and the fact that Robert Johnson was with them on the expedition. He took the blues up the Missouri River, and that's how Sitting Bull was playing slide guitar at the Battle of the Little Bighorn.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
It's an interesting stuff here.
Well, not to me, you know, but thanks so much for your advice.
Well,
and, you know, if you're finished with your drinks, I'd recommend you get your herd and get across that river before it rises much more. Now, the river's out that way, and I'll get out if I were you.
Promise you won't destroy these papers.
Well, now, I'll just put them right back in that big old chest and set it back down behind the bar here.
Thank you.
All right.
Boy, I wish you'd let her give you that journal she wanted you to take, Barter.
Well, wouldn't have been right, Dusty.
Yep, could have been on Easy Street. How much you think they're worth?
No, hard to tell. Priceless, really. Couple million at least.
We just walked away from $1 million.
Maybe.
Well, I vote we go back. Show of hands.
No. Belongs to her. Belongs to Bright Morning Star.
Yeah, but she didn't want it.
Anyway, it's a private journal, Dusty.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want somebody reading my private journal, I don't think.
You keep a private journal.
Oh, you knew that.
Well, you writing about me in that thing?
Every day.
Things I say and...
Word for word.
How much you think it's going to be worth?
Well, after 20-some years, I've got 18 pages. Mostly I just write about women.
And I feel a song coming on here. I'm afraid of that, yeah.
Women I've loved. I'll always love. I'll never see again, probably. When it's springtime in Missouri, I'll be coming back to you. The sweetheart of the prairie, waiting for me in St. Louis. We'll sit in the bleachers and cheer for the redbirds. St. Louis has many features that are almost beyond words.
Excuse me.
Whoa! Who are you?
Hi.
Kind of surprised us walking up sudden like that.
I'm camped over there, under the oak trees.
Huh?
Heard singing.
Well, what's your name, little lady?
Angelica. Angelica Olsen.
Well, I apologize for the singing. He'll stop in a minute. Just give him time.
I like that song.
What, you've heard this song before?
We sing it all the time at the seminary.
You're at the seminary?
Yeah, I'm in my senior year. Graduate in a month and go off to serve a church in Mandan, North Dakota.
Well, Mandan. I've always had a soft spot in my heart for Mandan. I always wanted to settle down.
It's pretty there. I think it's pretty.
Yeah, perfect place to continue my faith journey.
You're what?
Dusty here is a born-again atheist, but I'm a seeker of truth, and I see by your outfit that you are a Missouri Synod.
That's right.
The very people I came to Missouri to see. An old sinner looking for a good synod. That's what I want.
When it's springtime here in April, and the sun shines on the arch, and the leaf is on the maple, and life is rich and large, and love sings in Missouri like a river flowing wide, and I am in a hurry to sit there by your side.
So which way is the seminary?
Over that way, not far. Want to see it?
Sure.
Chapel starts in half an hour.
Hey, chapel. Can I sit next to you? Do they require that men and women sit separately in the Missouri Synod?
I think you can sit by me if we sit in the back.
All right. Let's go. The back is just where I want to be. Bye, Dusty.
I'll be waiting right here for you. Don't be too long now.
Yeah, don't hold your breath.
I just-
When it's springtime in Missouri and also East St. Louis, and there is no fear or worry, only love forever true. And I love it is the truest, the brightest and the best. When it's springtime in St. Louis,
the gateway to the west. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay.
The Lives of the Cowboys, brought to you by Bootmaster Steel-Toed Socks.
The Lives of the Cowboys, Sue Scott, Mr. Tim Russell, Mr. Fred Newman doing the sound effects, and Rasuki. Oh, we gotta have one more Chuck Berry tune. I hear murmurs in the audience wishing that we would close off this hour.
Well, let's do it.
With Back in the USA.
Oh, well, I'm so glad I'm living in the USA.